Gray enlisted in the U.S. Army Air Corps as a private immediately after graduating from high school in 1942. He entered aviation cadet training to become a pilot, graduating from the Tuskegee Army Airfield Flying School as a second lieutenant. Assigned to the 100th Fighter Squadron in Italy, he flew 15 combat missions over Europe, accumulating a total of 750 hours of flying time. Among other military honors, he was awarded the Air Medal with 1 Oak Leaf Cluster, a Presidential Unit Citation, and the Mediterranean Theater of Operations Ribbon with 3 battle stars. After the war, he enrolled at the alma mater we share, the University of Massachusetts at Amherst, to study agriculture and food economics. He earned a bachelor's degree at UMass, a master's degree at the University of Nebraska, and went on to pursue a distinguished career with the United States Department of Agriculture. Over the course of 30 years, he served in many executive positions at the USDA and was founding president of the Forum on Blacks in Agriculture. He remained in the United States Air Force Reserve until 1984, when he retired as a lieutenant colonel. It is my great pleasure and privilege to award Florida Atlantic University's President's Distinguished Service Medallion to Lieutenant Colonel Leo Gray.
Thank you, Dr. Saunders, distinguished guests, faculty, students, staff of Florida Atlantic University, and friends. I'm honored, along with my associates, to receive this distinguished honor and medallion. I hope I can stand up with it. But it is with great pleasure that we are here today. You know, it's when I got my master's degree back in 1952, I never dreamt that this would happen. That was 60 years ago, believe it or not. A lot of you weren't even here then. But when we were back in the days of Tuskegee, before the war, you know, the establishment said that black men couldn't fly. And the experiment set up, the Tuskegee Airmen experiment, to prove that. But somehow or other, we managed to persevere. Failure wasn't an option for us. We hung in there, did the best that we could. When we were overseas, we were requested by some of the bomber groups because of our performance of seldom losing bombers. We lost a few, but we had a record for a stretch there. We didn't lose any plane we escorted. When I got out of the service, as I said, I hung in there to get my work done. When I finished school in 1952, the job situation was somewhat like it is tonight for you guys. They were having reductions in force. I wanted to work for the government. I had a hard time getting a job, but it took me about 9 months to get a starting job, and about 14 months total to get a job that I wanted with the Department of Agriculture. And I went on, I had a pretty distinguished career there. I ended up, I guess you've heard probably the who's who they put me in. They had in 2008, they had this publication, 101 Industry Experts, and they listed me, and I tried to tell them that I hadn't worked since 1984. But they said, yeah, but you're a Tuskegee Airman, so what can I say? But when you go out, all of you graduates, I mean, it's sort of like a conception for you, because now you're no longer students. You're going to have to get out and earn a living. But if you believe what you want to do, apply yourselves, persevere. If you hang in there and be patient, you can achieve what you want. And thank thanks to the efforts of your institution here and Dr. Saunders, we're getting this gold medal. I mean, this President's medallion. And I thank you again for your generosity. Thank you.